a little quiet, and little Len fell asleep sooner than I thought he would, and if you hear anything in the background, that is the TV show I put to get him to fall asleep. So I thought I'd just do kind of a check-in. I don't think I've done a check-in since the one that I talked about the abortion in, and lots been going on since then. At least it feels like it. It was about three weeks ago. Yeah. So let's just start off with my eating habits. Anybody who's followed me on Instagram for a while can tell you that it went to shit. Went to hell in a handbasket. A very decorated handbasket. I put the posies in myself. Not totally, but everything that I had found that was working for me, I more or less abandoned. I didn't even mean to. It took me about a week and a half to realize that I was using food to deal with my depression. It was a culmination of not planning for the week ahead after I'd gotten into a really great rhythm for it. Not only was I failing to plan, could not stand my shakes anymore. For some reason, I couldn't stand the idea of having them, and it was right after I'd gotten into really great rhythm with them. I think that was a kind of combination of factors. I tried that Vega 1 greens protein powder, and no, just no. I will try it one more time and see if the taste is still as awful as it had been. And then I had run out of my favorite giant tub protein powder, and it turns out that it is only sold in one store, and that store charges $70 for it, and at the time I just didn't have that kind of money, but I wanted to continue doing protein powder. And then I remembered that there was a vanilla flavor that I really liked from Muscle Tech, and so I went to Costco because I forgot it's a Sam's Club thing, whatever, and totally spaced on it. And when I got there, I was like, well, since I'm here already, oh, hey, look, this one's on a super good sale. And so I got the Muscle Milk Vanilla. I actually don't care for too much for this one either because it's a little too sweet for me. I had read all these things about sweeteners in your protein powders and, to be careful, and I never really understood why until I found this, and it gives me a headache if the bag gets left open. My son found it the other day, unzipped it, and started scooping it out onto the floor and then dancing in it and then getting upset that his feet were dirty. I will continue to use it because it's easy for me to add enough stuff into it to take away the overly sweet. I am not an overly sweet kind of person to begin with. Like I said, I didn't completely abandon all of my healthier eating, but it was a lot easier for me to say, well, but this sounds really good, and I think I want to have it. I don't have it all the time, and then I started having it all the time. I also slid back into the habit of finishing my son's food if he wasn't eating it fast enough. Not only that, but I was finding that I didn't care that I was full, that my stomach was actually hurting. I would keep eating because it tasted so good, and it's just like after, I think about the third day I had started really doing that, I realized that, oh, I'm using food as an escape, which is why I realized that I was just bottling up and not dealing with any of my feelings about the aftermath of the abortion. I still feel it was the right decision to make, but it hurts a lot. Not necessarily as bad as miscarriages, although both miscarriages I've had, I didn't know I was until I wasn't. Not only have I gotten off track with planning lunches and not wanting my shakes for breakfast in the morning, I recently decided that I'm not necessarily going to go full on keto or anything, but I wanted to see if my success, limited success with the 21-day purification diet that I went on at the beginning of the year, if that was successful, because most of my carbs were coming from fruit and veggies, and not a lot of grains. So I wanted to like severely bring down my like bread carbs and rice carbs. Not like completely cut it out, just focus in a different direction again. Which means that my favorite breakfast of oatmeal is kind of out, because that actually has way less fiber to carb ratio than I thought. So, you know, I'm taking, I wouldn't say baby steps, but I'm headed back towards the right direction. And I don't want to change too many things too soon, because I know that'll just screw everything up. So I've been dealing with the depression, trying to deal with it in other ways. You know, shouldn't punish my body with food. I shouldn't punish myself at all, although I know plenty of people who disagree with that. I realized that I was allowed to be sad about this, and knowing about, you know, knowing what to expect when it came to the emotional fallout afterwards actually was no good for preparing me. It's like I knew things over in the side of the brain, but this side just was not listening, and I've talked to people. I'm seeking out some sort of counseling, just in case I don't let things go. In the last week, I've talked to a couple of people about things, and talked to my husband some more about everything, and really just let myself have a few good cries and everything about it. I feel a lot better now, and I'm really hoping that this will stay longer at least. I know it's not going to go completely away, and I really hope it's a decision I'll never have to make again. So like I said, my poor food planning and strategizing has been really showing through, but I actually planned a lunch and stuff for myself this week. I was going to have salad and protein drink, therefore I could have my somewhat sweet, but I could also have my fiber, lots and lots of veggie fiber, this coming week, and see how we go there. My general life schedule is actually going to change a lot in the next couple of weeks, so, and I started taking my progress pictures again, and I started weighing myself again, and of course the numbers are still going absolutely everywhere as I'm trying to bring myself back to a better place. I wouldn't say they're not real numbers, because they are. They're very reflective of what's going on, but they in no way indicate that I've like completely abandoned everything. In fact, one of the few ways I was dealing with everything and actually happy that I didn't completely, you know, throw myself to the wolves was that I did not give up my exercising. I restarted actually. I did this one a few years ago, but I started the Jillian Michaels Body Revolution program because I remember really enjoying it last time. And I figured this time, because of my fit state that I am in, or not in, that I could go heavier this time. I have the stronger of the two cables that was available when the product first hit the market, and I've got way heavier weights now than I did last time, and I've been having actually a lot of fun, even if nobody finds them interesting. I've been having a lot of fun taping them, because it's kind of like when a jock watches their game afterward, a video of the game, to see, oh, okay, I really sucked right there, what the hell was I doing right there? Okay, really need to step that up. The program follows a 6-day schedule, but I'm not doing it that way. It has 3 different phases, and each phase has 2 sections. There's week 1 and 2, and you do the same 2 DVDs twice a week, and then 3 and 4, same 2 DVDs twice a week. For some reason, we cannot find the cardio disc that goes with this that you're supposed to do throughout the entire thing, but I was already going to substitute her cardio with my run training because, well, that's cardio. And I've been sticking pretty well to that too. I like doing 3 to 4 runs a week. In the last few weeks, things have kind of turned into I got the 2 in, yay me. It's like I keep getting sick, or other people keep getting sick, and I don't have the time to myself, or yada yada yada. You know, I don't even feel like I'm making excuses. I'm sure other people would have been like, oh, you should have tried harder, and it's just like, it follows the pattern, basically front of body, back of body, cardio, front of body, back of body, cardio, rest day. And because of how my schedule is working right now, I do front of body on Monday. For the first week, I do Monday front of body, Tuesday run and back of body, Wednesday just a run, Thursday front of body, and Friday has been planned but has not actually come to fruition, back of body and a run again. When I go through all of the different movements, I don't do the advanced forms on the first week. I do that the second week. The first week, you know, I do what I can, and I don't go for the completely beginner moves, and I don't go for completely beginner weights for a lot of the stuff, but on the other hand, I'm allowing my body to adjust to what I'm doing and then challenging it more. Each part, I plan on doing doubles, you know, Monday yoga and front of body, Tuesday the run and back of body, Wednesday yoga and a run, so on and so forth. But it also, because, you know, I'm doing this every other week, it's allowing me to feel like I'm giving my body some rest and then challenging it again, and then giving it a rest and challenging it again, and I'm feeling really good about this idea, and I'm really hoping that I'll notice a good difference in another few weeks. As much as I am following the Couch 5K plan, I'm also not, because it seems that the Active app, Active.com app that I have for it, progressed me a lot faster than the one I started with last year. I have been running on a regular basis though, and I've been feeling really good about my runs. The weather actually turned very nicely recently, and so I was actually able to go outside to do some of my runs, which is a plus and minus because I love running outside, and, you know, and I love the change of pace, but on the other hand, I have a horrible time pacing myself. My Fitbit Charge, for all that I do love it, does not tell me when I'm going too fast or too slow for my goal. Neither does my Runkeeper app, which kind of annoys me unless I've just not figured out the right cues to click on. I always manage to go way faster than I want to, even when I'm going uphill. I also repeated week 6 because I hadn't checked what week 7 was, and my app is sitting there telling me, you're gonna run for 25 minutes straight, and I'm like, no, I'm not. No, not yet. I can do that on a treadmill. I don't trust myself to do that outside yet because I'm so terrible at pacing. Every time I think I'm going slower, this will tell me pace if I look at it, it just won't beep in my... So I can look and see what my pace is, and this entire last run on Wednesday, I kept looking down expecting it to say that I was going 14 minutes, and it was sitting there like 10:50, and I'm like, oh, no, that's way faster than I want to be going. It's actually been kind of a refuge for me because, especially the running part, I need to experience my runner's high almost as soon as I start running. It's like, if I'm outside running, I'm just like, yeah, I can kick the ass of the world. You know, I feel just, oof, and I just want to run as fast as I can and sing as loud as I can to my music. And, well, that's actually counterproductive, but, you know, I always just feel so good and so proud of myself that, you know, I'm doing this thing. When I'm at the gym, you know, as soon as I get running on the treadmill, I see all these other people just being in there and taking care of them, and I just want to, like, run around and hug them all and high-five them and be like, yeah, do you know how awesome you are because you're doing this thing? Because it sucks. But that has been my sanity. Trying to remain positive with everything that's been going on has not been easy, and there are people that I admire on YouTube and Instagram who are genuinely like bubbly people to begin with, and the keeping of the positivity, you know, is so much easier for them. I shouldn't say that. It's not like I know them, but you know, it's easier for them to find their reason. I think. I tend to lose my reason. I do know that, you know, I can't complain about where I am if I'm not trying to do something to fix it. So, you know, I did the whole, okay, April 1st is coming around and let's just go ahead and, you know, get back. I'm giving myself that goal without making it, you have to start tomorrow, you have to start tomorrow. And so far it seems to have worked. I mean, I still wouldn't say my diet is like 100% better. I've gotten back to drinking more liquids, which is something that I had more or less abandoned. Overall, yeah, I feel like I'm headed back right now to a better place. Maybe not forever. I've got my family, my chosen family, and my blood family. So, until next time, bye!